Hey, welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a custom weapon using VRFPSKIT. So first, you don't have to do this. I am going to disable the attachments, cartridges, and magazines because I don't need them yet. Most of these, except for the AK, just makes it a little bit easier to work with. Actually, I'm going to add the AK magazine back in because that I will need. I recommend turning everything upright like this because it does help out a lot. This video will be covering how to make custom weapons and how to animate them, but it will not cover hand poses or anything to do with the player rig. So first, you want to grab your weapon of choice. I got this one from the Unity Asset Store, AKM. If you have pink textures, that's all good. You just need to convert them to URP. So drag your model in, resize it. So the most important thing you want to note here, you want the trigger to be mostly lined up with the trigger, and the mag to be mostly lined up with the mag, and same with the grip. This will just make hand poses easier. It is a nice little thing. Drag the model into the model area, and you can delete this one if you're comfortable with what you have. Then you're going to want to add a few box colliders. I'm not going to go super in depth here, just something it can collide with so it doesn't face through the floor. Preferably, we want one for the pistol grip, the stock, and then the body, and probably the barrel. Also, make one big box collider that stretches just to where you want the player to be able to grab. So kind of something... just like that. Make sure is trigger is on. Now you don't want to do this with your actual parts that you want to collide with the surface, but make a new box collider and do this with that. Then you're going to want to go to XR grab interactable I meant. Just drag in the AKM box collider, or you can or if you want a really easy way to make a nice grabbable box collider, add a cube, bring it to wherever you want the player to be able to grab. Make sure you like it. Put on is trigger. Disable the mesh renderer. The mesh renderer is good because you can see exactly how everything is looking. Drag this into this. That's how your player will actually grab your gun. Then you're going to want to go to your magazine. Actually, unpack this first, or whatever yours might be. Drag this out of that because we don't need it right now, and drag it into the magazine. Line it up with your magazine. Then you can go here and just delete that one. Make sure all your cartridge renderers are lined up. I'm not going to bother doing it because I don't need to. You're going to have to manually go in and change the hand poses on some of these. Super simple. Grab the hand. You can click down here, just a quicker way of accessing the fingers, and just adjust them to whatever you like. And that's mostly done with the magazine. Let's focus on the AK. Bolt, we're going to animate the bolt going back, which I'm not going to be super precise because, like I said, this is just a tutorial. It doesn't really matter too much. Then just go to all of these and do their proper animations. Quick tip on animating the magazine, just to make sure it fits properly. Go to the magazine socket and drag in AK magazine. This might not work on multiplayer, but for single player, it does work. Then you're going to want to switch to AK-74 magazine. Grab the magazine render point. Just get it to however you like. I'm not going to try super hard on this. But, oh, actually, you're supposed to do it here. I forgot about that. But do it over here. And if you already did it here, it doesn't matter too much. And magazine insertion will be changing in a few days. So I'll make a video when that releases on how to do it. But after you save that animation, you can exit and that animation is good. You can mess around with the firearm physics recoil if you need. Uncheck is kinematic. And that is pretty much done. Also, if you're making a different weapon, say this magazine is named AK1, it doesn't even have to actually be named it, but go to the magazine socket, go to compatible magazine types, and just type that in. And then when you go here, go to magazine and just rename the magazine type to the same thing. It has to be the same thing, otherwise it will not insert into the gun. Also, you can change your caliber here. You can make custom calibers if I can remember how. But we're not going to get too in depth with that right now because this is only how to make a gun. But if you guys want a tutorial like that, please let me know and I will make one. And with that done, I'm going to go make these just hand poses a little bit better before we test. All right, now I'm going to go test and make sure everything works. And that's it. It's super easy. You get the hang of it quite fast. And I apologize if this tutorial wasn't great. This is my first time. Don't come at me, please. This only covers how to make the gun. But if you want to change the maybe muzzle flash, go to the particles and make sure on your new particle system, you have a firearm shoot particle. And make sure if it's suppressor, play when suppressed and uncheck this. But if it's not suppressed, then just keep it.